Hi everybody, I am Thomas from Virginia Outdoors Unlimited, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different on the channel, something I don't typically do, and that is a cooking video, particularly a wild game cooking video. We are right in the middle of the coronavirus outbreak, and I figured, why don't I try to expand my cooking range a little bit, do something a little bit different. So, went out to the freezer, found a pack of goose breasts from November of 2018, and decided we were going to make pulled goose. So basically try and cook them like you would a pulled pork recipe. I actually got a recipe that my mom uses to make pulled pork, so we're just going to be using that recipe. I'm just going to read you guys the ingredients here and then we will get to cooking. So the ingredients, I got the recipe right here on this sheet. The ingredients are as follows. There's actually only 6 ingredients. 4 goose breasts, 1 tablespoon of chopped or minced garlic. I went with minced garlic because we didn't have any whole cloves. 1 chopped onion, half a cup of Worcestershire sauce, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and then enough beef broth or beef bouillon, or really any sort of broth or bouillon to just cover the breast, because we're just going to cover the breast while they cook. And what I'm going to be using as my main cooking device today is my Instapot, but this recipe is crock pot substitutable as well. So everything I'm doing on the Instapot, you guys can do on the crock pot as well if you guys don't have an Instapot. So without further ado, let's start cooking. Alright, so here is what I have set up. As you guys can see, not a whole lot, but like I said, it's going to be a pretty simple recipe. The first thing we're going to do is take this onion, which we have here, that's 1 whole onion, and then our minced garlic, that is 1 tablespoon or maybe a tablespoon and a half of minced garlic. We're gonna put them in the pan with the oil, brown them a little bit, and then we're gonna take these goose breasts, which I have done my best to cut some of the silver skin off of. Unfortunately, I didn't have a super sharp knife. But we're gonna, once we get the onion and the garlic started to brown, we're gonna put the goose breasts in, sear them on either side, just enough to basically brown them on both sides, and then put it all over here in the Instapot. So that'll be the first step. Went ahead, put some vegetable oil in the pan, just enough to cover the bottom. Got the heat on medium. All right, oil should be just about hot enough. Yep. That's hot enough, so we will go ahead and add in the onions and the minced garlic. So first goose breast going in the pan. So all you're looking for is that brown color right there. I'm gonna go ahead and just put these breasts right up in this pot. And we will go ahead and add it. I went ahead and put the pot in the Instapot, so we got all our meat and onions and garlic and all that goodness up in there. What we're gonna do now is just basically add in these ingredients. So we got our 1 tablespoon or tablespoon and a half of brown sugar. So there's our brown sugar. 1/3 of a cup of Worcestershire sauce. And then we're gonna just go ahead and add in all the beef broth that we can. Got our beef broth. I'll be damned, that beef broth might be just enough. Might be just enough. This was, what is it, 32 ounces? Right there, 32 ounces, so that might have been just enough. I'm gonna have to stir it around a little bit. It looks like it might have been just enough. Just a little bit of water in there. And there we go. That's all we needed. Alright, so that is just about perfect. We got all our ingredients in there. We got all our broth in there. The breasts are covered up, so the only thing left to do is put on the lid and start cooking. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what setting I'm going to be using. And then I'm just going to do slow cook for 6 hours. Alright, so that is basically the majority of this recipe completed. All we have to really do now is wait. I have everything in there, all the ingredients, all the goose breasts are in the Instapot right now. Yeah, not a real whole lot else to do. I'm just gonna go upstairs, do some schoolwork, and we will come back and check on this thing in about 5.5 or 6 hours. Alright, so I am back down here to check on the Instapot. We have 3 minutes left on it. Go ahead and show you all that. And I also went ahead and got out some rolls and some barbecue sauce. The next step, and really the final step, is we're going to take the meat out of the Instapot, shred it up like you would with pulled pork, put it in that, what's it called, a bowl, and then just mix it up with some barbecue sauce and make a couple sandwiches for dinner. And we are done. So going to go ahead, open up the Instapot and see what we have inside. Ooh. That smells really, really good. So time to pull out these goose breasts and see what we got. It's not shredding quite as easily as I would have hoped for. It probably could have used maybe another half hour. You know, it's still pretty easy to shred, but you'd really want it to be kind of falling apart as you just picked at it with the fork. 3 out of 4 breasts done, 1 more to go. Alright, so this one is starting to get to the level that you would ideally want it at. I mean, those other ones I was having to really struggle. Y'all can see right here, I mean, this one, I just run the fork along it and a lot of meat starts coming off. So this is ideally how easily you'd want it to shred. I think if I had given it 15 or 30 more minutes, it would have probably been perfect, but still perfecting this recipe. So here is the finished product. 1 bowl of pulled goose meat. This was 4 breasts 6 hours ago, so I am very pleased with how that turned out. Like I said, I probably should have cooked it maybe 15 or 30 minutes more, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything, besides just the fact that it took me a little extra time to pull it apart. So typically the next step would be to take your barbecue sauce, mix it all in with all that meat there and get it pretty much evenly spread out, get it all barbecued up, I guess is the way to say it. However, I only have just a little bit of barbecue sauce here. Unfortunately, we didn't have very much in my house when I started making this recipe, and I didn't go get any. So what I'm gonna do is just put together a couple rolls, just enough for dinner, and mix some barbecue sauce in just with what I'm gonna put in those rolls. And then tomorrow I will go get a bottle of barbecue sauce and mix it all in with that meat and get it all good and barbecued up. So right now I'm just gonna make me a couple sandwiches, show y'all how I'm gonna do that, and then we will be eating dinner. Alright, that's mixed up enough for me, and that should be enough for 2 sandwiches. I'm going to eat one, give one to my sister, and we will see how it turned out. Alrighty, so that is the finished product. Got our goose, put a little bit of cheese on there. Let's give this a shot. That's good. That is really, really, really good. Yeah, that cheese really ties it together, but That is some damn good goose. This might be my new go-to for goose breasts. Easy, good. You can really do a lot of different things with it once you get it all pulled like that. Yeah, that goose is just about perfect. I'd say if I'm gonna do it again, I'll probably set the Instapot for maybe 6.5 hours, because there's definitely, you can feel there's a few pieces in there that are a little bit too chewy, but most of it is pretty much just exactly how you want the consistency for pulled pork to be, or pulled whatever. Last bite. Alright, so that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I liked it, my sister liked it. I think it turned out really, really well. Honestly, I think this is probably one of my favorite things that I've ever done with goose breast before. It's just super easy, doesn't take, you know, a ton of time. Most of the time that's spent is just leaving, you know, your crock pot or your Instapot on. So double thumbs up for me. I definitely will be making this recipe again. If anybody has any comments, any tips, anything like that, I really do want to kind of improve my craft as a cook and get better at cooking wild game. So please leave any comments down in the comment section below if you guys have anything to add. If you guys aren't already subscribed to the channel, make sure to click that subscribe button. I actually really enjoy doing this cooking video. So beyond that, I really don't have much else to say though. I hope everybody is staying safe out there amid all this coronavirus stuff. Hope everybody enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.